Hello friends, now I'll be reading the Hindu editorial from 28th February 2023 at 100 words per minute in 5 seconds. Begin the 85th plenary session of the Congress that concluded in Raipur in Chhattisgarh outlined a strategy for the 2024 Lok Sabha election besides reinforcing Mallikarjun Kharge's authority as elected president of the party. Apart from a clear expression of its willingness to work with like minded secular parties, the Congress has resolved to pursue a sharp social justice agenda, a paradigm shift for a party. While the party has always had a welfare agenda, it failed to accommodate the political aspirations of the subalterns who increasingly found other parties more suitable. The party adopted a separate resolution on social justice and promised a dedicated ministry for the empowerment of the other backward classes, creation of a national council for social justice, publication of an annual state of social justice report on the lines of the National Economic Survey, reservation in higher judiciary for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and OBCs, and a Rohit Vemula Act for students of disadvantaged sections if elected to power, having lost out to regional parties in the post Mandal era. The party is now aiming to woo the subalterns to its fold. So, as a start, it amended its own constitution to reserve half of the seats to the Congress Working Committee for SCs, STs, OBCs, women, and minorities. The party's pious declarations at the Udaipur Chintan Shivir last year were almost immediately abandoned, and it will be watched for its adherence to the Raipur resolutions in the coming months. The party has promised Sampurna Samajik Suraksha, a social security framework that will have legal guarantees for minimum income and social security for the poor. It also promises a universal basket of entitlements to all Indians, namely right to basic income through Nyuntam Ay Yojana, right to health, pensions for single women, the elderly, and persons with disabilities, a comprehensive integrated child development scheme in line with the National Food Security Act, and quality elementary schooling and maternity entitlements. A new welfare framework is being debated all over the world to mitigate growing inequities and other challenges such as unemployment and underemployment, and the Congress's idea should spur a fresh, informed debate in India. Though the party had banked on NYAY or a universal income scheme before the 2019 general election, it did not gain any electoral dividends. The party now hopes that the promise of a better future with assured income, which also accounts for social identity, could counter the Bharatiya Janata Party's Hindutva Plus by acknowledging the fact that inequality is not merely material and discrimination is not only along religious lines. The Congress has taken the debate beyond the secular communal binary that has worked to the BJP's advantage in recent years. For this strategy to be successful, the Congress will have to build a robust political campaign aligned to its new thinking, breaking away from its charismatic timidity. Australia's victory at the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, which concluded at Cape Town on Sunday, was expected even in a sport rightly celebrated for its glorious uncertainties. A win for the Australian women's cricket team is almost a certainty. It was Australia's sixth victory in what was the eighth edition of the tournament. Australia has also been the champion in 7 out of 12 women's cricket World Cups in tests too. Regrettably, there are very few of them for women these days. Australia has the best percentage of wins among all the teams. The Aussies had arrived in South Africa for the World Cup with a remarkable record in the T20 format. In 3 years, they had lost only once, that too in the Super Over to India at Navi Mumbai in December. It was India that ended an even more spectacular run by Australia, 26 ODI wins, and that victory in 2021 had come in Australia's own backyard. The Indian women had an excellent opportunity to stop their formidable rivals' run at the World Cup in South Africa too. In the semi-final, they were well placed in their chase of a challenging target until Harmanpreet Kaur was run out after her bat got stuck. The other semi-final, however, saw a major upset with the host defeating England. There had already been excellent crowd for the tournament, but South Africa's presence in the final ensured a full house at the Newlands cricket ground. The South African women may have stumbled on the final hurdle, but their campaign was probably the real story of the World Cup. They had entered the tournament amid a controversy. The captain, Dane van Niekerk, had been dropped on fitness grounds, and they were stunned by Sri Lanka in the opening match. But under the captaincy of Sun Los, they bounced back admirably and went on to become the first South African team, male or female, to enter a World Cup final. It should be a major impetus to the women's sport, not just cricket, in South Africa, a country that paid heavy price for its apartheid policy. It may be pertinent to note that Nelson Mandela, South Africa's first black president, had successfully used sport, the 1995 Rugby World Cup, which South Africa hosted and won, to unite a divided nation. During the 21st anniversary of the Gujarat riots, a diligent reader wrote to ask whether it was mere coincidence that the fictional district magistrate in my novel Riot, who deals with a riot stirred up by the Ram Janmabhoomi agitation, is named Lakshman. No, I replied. The choice of name, with its obvious mythological resonance, was quite deliberate, as was the fact that Lakshman's daughter is called Rekha, since her existence delimits his freedom of choice. Stop. Please join the Telegram group in the comment section for the PDF. Thank you.